What's up, Ravens? It's Wyatt McDonald with
Izzy Rothen. Today we have a packed show for you as we round up the past week.
Without further ado, let's get right to it.
Starting off strong, the girls' golf team headed to Emporia 2 weeks ago after winning their regionals.
After the first day, the girls had a very strong 5-stroke lead, and the ladies kept their foot on the gas and would go on to win the 6A Kansas State Championship by 24 shots.
We'd like to give a huge congrats to Mackenzie Kelso, Claire Sullivan, Julia Beveridge, Avery Hirschman, Maddie Stowell, and Addie Raymakers.
We're going to send it over to Izzy for a closer look.
The Lady Ravens golf team headed out to Emporia to compete in the 6A state tournament, looking to grab their second state title. Now let's see how they prepared mentally and physically for the big competition.
After winning state last year, we really had the goal of coming back and winning again. So I think we were super motivated to compete well throughout the preseason and then into our league tournaments. I think just being motivated to compete and just experiencing all the last moments that we had together as a team.
Our practices, there's two kind of practices that we normally do. It's playing and then working on our individual short game range and putting. So I think being able to decide when to do what is the biggest thing. Playing when we need to learn how to score and we need to get in that competitive mindset.
After preparing for the competition, the girls went in ready to compete and led by 5 strokes after the first day by remaining focused and having some fun along the way.
I tried not to think about the scores. We went into day 2 as it was a single day tournament. If we win day 2, we didn't have to worry about the first day. So I think just taking the 2 days as separate tournaments and winning day 2.
It was definitely a little tricky. We were a little nervous going into the second day because we knew that Manhattan and Shawnee Mission East could compete well the next day. But I think we knew that we had it in us to play well and that if we kind of stayed focused throughout the round and just persevered through each hole that we would come out on top.
With the girls' focus staying strong throughout the second day of competition, they ended up coming away with the amazing feat of back-to-back state titles.
I was very excited. There was a lot of emotions. I was sad that it was over, but I was excited that we had repeated.
I honestly couldn't believe it because that was our goal. We worked so hard for since the very first day of practice, and to do it back to back was just the most surreal feeling.
A huge congrats to the girls' golf team with their back-to-back state titles and all they've accomplished over the last 2 seasons. Continue to make Raven Nation proud, girls. This has been Izzy Rothen from the Raven Network.
Our volleyball team headed to Salina this past weekend to compete in a state tournament. On the first day, they would dominate Garden City and Manhattan, which would punch their ticket into the Final Four.
At the end of the day on Friday, they would lose to Mill Valley, but that game would not have no real meaning, and they would go into Saturday in the Final Four and have to play Blue Valley North.
The Ravens would put up a good fight and go to 3 sets with the Mustangs and ultimately fell short of the win and would take away their chances at winning the title.
However, the Ravens would play Blue Valley West in a game for 3rd place, and they would dominate and take home 3rd.
Great job, girls.
Our Raven football team would take on the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies in their first game of the playoffs last Thursday.
The Huskies got off to a strong start and would not lay off the gas the entire game.
Mason Slinhard would break off a big touchdown late in the game to get the Ravens on the board.
Tanner Traxel would nail a 51-yard field goal and school record at the end of the game.
So let's send it over to Drake Higgins to name Tanner Traxel our Player of the Week.
What's up, Ravens? This week's Player of the Week is Tanner Traxel, who recently broke his own record with a 51-yard field goal. Let's hear it from Tanner.
I mean, honestly, I'd say I was pretty grateful. It was going to be the last play of high school, regardless of the outcome of it. The only thing that could have come out of that was a positive situation. So I was just excited to be out there. I had a big smile on my face. I was ready to go.
With it being the last play of the Ravens season, it came with a lot of pressure. Tanner was more than ready for it, though.
I was expecting it to go through. Once I just knew I needed the opportunity to do it, and if I got the opportunity, the rest would take care of itself.
With this opportunity, it led to many advancements in Tanner's recruiting run.
I'm really grateful Coach Clark blessed me with that opportunity because, that's helped my recruiting a massive amount.
This has been Drake Higgins with the Raven Network. Let's send it back to the desk.
Well, sadly, that is all the time we have today.
It was good to see you, Ravens, and we'd like to again congratulate all of our fall sports athletes on phenomenal seasons.
For the Raven Network, this has been Izzy Rothen.
And Wyatt McDonald.
See you later, Ravens.